everybody, welcome to the channel. Had a bit of a nightmare the other day. I broke my phone. I got all my videos on, so I'm missing about 6 videos now. So I'm gonna have to start from scratch and get some videos back up. In the MG today, the MG ZS, we've got a problem with the heating. Can't direct it where we need to direct it to. So we're trying to get it to blow out of the blowers to demist the window, and it's not working. So I'll just flip you around. So here's the controls. Now I've had all this out to repair these buttons and also replace the little relays to make the central locking and everything work, which had broken. So I've had all this out. So I don't know whether it worked before, to be honest, because I hadn't tried it, but now it's got sort of a spring in it, look, and it won't go all the way to the face one there. But when these are on, no matter where this is, all the blow comes out of here. So even on screen, these are still blowing full blast. You can see we have got a bit coming out of here because it's demisting the window a little bit, but nowhere near like it should. So when this is on window and on full tilt, and these are closed, all of them are closed, that one's closed, and that one's closed, we've got nothing coming out of there, and we've got very little coming out of here, hardly anything. There is some coming out of that one, but I think that's because the fan's closer down there, but we've got next to nothing coming out of this one. There's a little bit in the centre, so I'll try and find out what's wrong with this. I've got a feeling it's something to do with the fact that this isn't turning right. Maybe I've caught it or something, or not put it together right. That works, so you can hear the change in that when it starts using the recycling the cabin air, and that turns off again. But yeah, this doesn't do anything. You've got windows and it just sort of springs back, look. So we've got problems with that, so we're going to dismantle all this and get it out and see what we. So the first thing I've done is just pop that off there. It just pops out, and there's the ashtray that pulls out of there. So I'll just pop them out. The stereo's not in place with any sort of holder, so we'll get that out and out of the way. I'll do it for now, be easier. Doing this one-handed game again. So that's that at the road, and then from that point, we can push the buttons out, get them out the way, just from behind that. You don't want to break them because they're damn expensive. £30 a pop, that cost me recently. And all we've got to do is press the little button there and then slide the button off. And the same with all of them, so I'll do all of them. We'll just press that button and pull the back out without busting the button. So I'll do all that. Okay, so I've popped all the buttons out, and then we've got this screw here, which is obviously not the original screw. But we've got a screw in the centre to take out. Put that out of there, put in the ashtray. Then that, we've got a screw there and one down there. We'll see if this screwdriver fits in it. If not, I'm going to have to actually go and get some screwdrivers, because as usual I'm unprepared for anything I'm doing. I'm hoping I can find the service history of this, because it did come with a part service history and a receipt for the head gasket. I'm hoping I've got it at the shop, because I left the car open when it's been on the shop accidentally. one of the doors when the central locking wasn't working. Didn't really know, I locked it, one of the back ones, and somebody's been in. And they didn't check the radio or anything, so why they check the service history, I don't know, but I'm hoping they haven't, because I've got no idea where it is. Now that's all pretty loose. There is 2 screws normally up the back of there that you have to get to. You can just feel them. The one clips, but they both broke off this anyway, so it's just loose. So I don't worry about them. And then down here, you have to pop this up. A little flathead in there. Pop that out. Then we've got 2 little 10mm, it looks like, down there. Them have got to come out, and then in the back there's 2 screws as well. So I'm going to go in the boot and get the 10mm. Brought a toolbox with me as well, so maybe I'll be able to do with that. Don't look, I've got a little extension there for the 10mm. Oh, yeah. So we can use the 10mm socket on there. So it's them 2 down there. Let's just get this socket sorted out. There we go. Now somebody had tried fixing this before I bought it, all the central lock and everything. They'd had all this apart and they'd ruined all the buttons, they'd had all the fuses out, and it was the relays in the ECU. That I did do a video on, that I've now lost because my phone's broken. Alright, so them 2 are out. So there's a couple in the back as well, just screws I believe, but go and have a look. So if you pull your seats forward, so with the seats forward, you got one out. You have to take this out to get the piece at the front out. It won't come out without this being out. I was hoping not to take it out again after I did all the buttons and the central locking and the fog lights and everything, but obviously I didn't check that the heating controls worked, and it is absolute nightmare to get that heating thing off. You have to stick your hands in the gaps and get your hands all scratched up and everything. Got my son helping with it last time because he's got some more hands than me, and he sorted it out with a screwdriver. Let's do the other side. Two down there. Crazy enough, they're all in it. I didn't lose any when I took it apart the first time. It's unlike me. Right, that comes up and out the way. You have got a switch in it for the front window, so you don't need to pull it out all the way, just enough to be out the way of the console. Myself room again. So what he does is lifts it off this bit of the console here, look. Now, give it a pull. It is hard to get from in between. I mean, it's easy if you can get this gear knob off, but you cannot shift this one. It's absolutely stuck on there. It's just supposed to twist and pull. I'm going to give it another go here because it will be easier, but I don't think it's going to come off. I'll give it. I lied. Took a bit of pulling, but it come off. What's that thing there? It's going to stop me getting the cover off. Get a screwdriver down there and pop that. Hopefully you've got a bit of a better angle on that now. So the rear centre console, you can unplug it to make it easier. Let me just move this seat back. So if you get your hand up behind it, you can unplug the rear window, or side window, sorry. Somehow, trying to find the tang to press. There it is. So you can unplug that. Get that out the way. Another thing out the road. Okay. Now, got a bit more room to move and manoeuvre this. And we can unplug the clock. We can try anyway. This is where it starts getting difficult because there are a lot of room for your hands behind you. It's out. And then you can see this. Forward, up and forward. And what the issue is now, that this piece here, it's supposed to do the moving of the cable, is what keeps you from getting it as far out as you need it to be. So the heater resistor, hold of that, heater resistor's working, but I think I can see what's happened, because it's pulled so much on the cable on the back. Once I've pulled it out, I think it's pulled it out of its holder, so that's why it won't go all the way down here. It's not all the way in its holder once it's in. So down here under the steering wheel, just in over the pedals, this corner. This door. Down here. See that green thing? That's the mechanism. The blue is the wire that goes from the controller. You'll see it try to move it, look. And instead of it moving the mechanism which opens and closes the flaps, it's moving the wire. So what I think it is the wire has come unattached from one of its holders, so it's allowing the wire to move up and down and in and out instead of the internal wire moving. So I'm going to get a torch under there, have a look, see if I can see if that's coming out of any cable holders, or I might just cable tie it into a position where it works, but that's all it is. So we'll see if we can get it fixed. So what I'm going to do is, what I've decided to do is, as this is on its loosest setting now on the cable on the rear, so as I push this back into position to make sure that the cable is going into its holder at the back of this mechanism, I'm going to push it in, and as I push it in, if I pull this round, let's go up there. That doesn't work. out, but if I can get my hand behind from up this side, then I might be able to make sure that I can get that into its holder. But I think all that's happening is that cable comes into a holder there, like that, and then the inner cable comes around to the heater. And as I've pulled it out, it pulls the inner cable out of the outer. And when you put it back in, if it sort of sits like that, it's not right and it won't go all the way around. So you've got to get that to pop back in to its holder. So that's what I'm trying to do. Now I'm going to go put my hand behind. Let's see if we can get this in where it needs to be. By pulling on the cable and turning it at the same time, you might be able to sort out where we need to be. So I pull on the cable and get it into the holder. There we go. That's in its holder now. That's where it needs to be. So as you can see that, but it's all the way around, and it comes all the way around here, and it comes all the way back. What I'm going to do for the blue one is, it's in a little metal holder there. You can see it with that like silvery white thing there. And I'm going to squeeze that, and that should stop it moving in and out. Oh, that there. That thing. Okay, so I've cable tied them two wires together, and I've squeezed on the holder, and now you can hear it moving them. And this one goes full left to right. So it looks like that one works as well. But we'll try them. Let's give it a turn. Blower's on. That one still works, good news. Sounds very much like it's blowing out of there, which it is. So we've got a nice stream of air coming out of them now. Let's see if it changes to the face. Yep, we've got air coming out of them. So I think that's fixed it, so we'll get it all put back together. And that's another job fixed on the MG. So before you start dismantling all this shite, I think the easiest thing to do is go down into that corner, get them cables a pull whilst turning on these, and make sure that the cables are in to the holders. You can hear the difference in the noise as well when you're turning that now. I'm hoping the hot and cold works. Can't really test that without getting the engine warm, so I might start it up, warming up, and make sure that it's definitely going to hot and cold. It looks like it is because the mechanism's working underneath, but yeah, please like and subscribe. Tried my best with that one, even though it was a difficult one to show, but we'll be doing something on the Discovery with a ace leak in the next couple of days. Helps build the channel if you can like and subscribe.